The stars shimmered like silver dust as Commander Ilara's ship, the Horizon, glided through the quiet emptiness of space. Inside the cabin, the crew of humans prepared for landing on the uncharted planet that had appeared on the sensors just days ago. The planet was unlike anything they had ever seen. Swirling clouds of blue and green, glowing rivers of energy, and forests that seemed to hum with life. Ilara leaned forward in her seat, her fingers lightly touching the console. "Prepare for descent," she ordered, her voice steady but filled with excitement. The crew, engineers, scientists, and soldiers nodded. Among them was Liam, the youngest of the team. Only 12 years old, but unusually brave and curious. He had joined the mission with his older sister, who was one of the ship's scientists. And though many doubted a child could handle space travel, Liam had already proven himself capable of solving technical problems that even the adults struggled with. The horizon broke through the atmosphere in a shimmer of light, the energy readings from the planet growing stronger with every passing second. The landscape below was a mix of forests, crystal mountains, and vast plains that seemed to glow with their own inner light. The crew's eyes widened. "It's beautiful," whispered Dr. Mara, the ship's xenobiologist, barely able to contain her awe. Liam pressed his hands against the glass of the viewport. "It's alive," he said softly, almost to himself. He could feel a strange vibration in the ground below, almost like the planet was breathing. The others didn't notice it, but Liam had always had a special sense for energy and patterns, something that made him different from everyone else. The landing was smooth, almost as if the planet itself wanted them there. The ramp lowered, and the humans stepped onto the surface. The air was crisp but breathable, and the sky glowed in colors they had never seen before. Deep purples and soft pinks blending into gold. Every step the humans took seemed to make the ground sparkle faintly, as if the planet recognized them. Suddenly, figures appeared in the distance, tall and elegant, their bodies shimmering with a translucent light. The humans froze. The beings were unlike any species they had encountered. With long limbs, intricate markings across their skin, and eyes that glowed softly. They moved gracefully, almost floating above the ground. Commander Ilara stepped forward, raising her hand in a gesture of peace. A deep, musical voice echoed across the plain. "Welcome, travelers," it said. The sound seemed to vibrate through the humans' bones, calm yet powerful. At the front of the group stood the tallest being, adorned in robes that shimmered like liquid crystal. Her presence was commanding, yet there was a grace in the way she moved. Her eyes, deep and piercing, focused on the humans, but they lingered on Liam a moment longer. "I am Zyra," she said, her voice echoing like a song. "I am the queen of this world." She raised her hand slightly, and the others behind her bowed, their movements fluid and precise. The humans bowed back cautiously, unsure what to expect. Then, to everyone's shock, Zyra's gaze locked onto Liam. She stepped forward, pointing directly at him. "That human," she proclaimed, her voice clear and strong, "belongs to me." The humans gasped. Liam froze, staring at her, feeling a strange warmth spread through his chest. It wasn't fear, it was recognition. He didn't understand why, but he felt that the Queen was speaking not just to him, but about him. Commander Ilara moved toward him. Her eyes narrowed in concern. "Queen Zyra," she said carefully. "He is a member of our crew." Zyra's expression softened slightly, though her gaze never left Liam. "This one has a connection," she said simply. "A connection to the life of this world that no other human has ever shown. I must study him." End quote. Liam's curiosity overtook his fear. "Connection?" he asked. "What do you mean?" Zyra smiled faintly, a gesture that felt almost human. "You can feel the energy of this planet," she explained. "You can sense it. Most beings cannot. That is why I have chosen you." The humans exchanged nervous glances, They had trained for first contact scenarios, but this was beyond anything they had imagined. They were prepared for diplomacy, perhaps conflict, but not for a child being singled out by an alien queen. Elara squared her shoulders. "We mean no harm, Your Majesty. Liam is young, but he is part of our team. We request that he be treated with care." Zyra's eyes softened even more. "I do not intend to harm him," she said, "but he must stay close to me. There is much he can teach us, and much we can teach him." Liam stepped forward slightly, feeling a mix of excitement and nervousness. He had always dreamed of adventure, but he had never imagined this. The Queen's words made him feel important, needed, and part of something much bigger than himself. The air around them shimmered, and Liam could feel it, a subtle pulse of energy beneath his feet. It was alive, moving, responding to his presence. He looked at the Queen and then back at the landscape around him. He understood now why Zyra had chosen him. Somehow, the planet recognized him too. Commander Elara approached Zyra again. "We will trust you. For now," she said. "But know that we are responsible for all our crew, including him." Zyra inclined her head. "I understand. Trust will be earned, and so will knowledge. Let this be the beginning of a new understanding between our peoples." As the humans followed Zyra and her entourage toward a city of crystal towers and glowing gardens, Liam walked beside her, his eyes wide with wonder. Every step he took seemed to stir the ground, and the Queen's eyes followed him with curiosity and a hint of pride. For the first time, Liam realized that being different was not a weakness, it was a gift. And in that moment, high above the glowing forests and shimmering rivers, the humans and the aliens both knew that something extraordinary had begun, a story of courage, discovery, and the undeniable potential of a single human to change the fate of a world. The crystal towers of Zyra's city shimmered in the soft glow of the alien sun. Liam walked beside the Queen, feeling both nervous and excited. The ground beneath his feet pulsed faintly, as if it were alive, reacting to his presence. The humans stayed behind, escorted carefully by the alien guards, while Liam was led into the heart of the palace. The interior was breathtaking. Walls of clear crystal reflected light in every direction, creating patterns that danced across the floors. Strange machines hummed softly, their purpose unclear to Liam. Yet, he felt a gentle energy radiating from them. Plants with glowing leaves climbed along the walls, and small floating lights moved as if alive, casting warm illumination across the vast hallways. Zyra stopped at a large chamber with a high ceiling that seemed to stretch endlessly upward. "This will be your quarters," she said. "Here, you can rest and learn. Do not fear. You are safe." Liam stepped inside, his eyes wide, feeling a mixture of awe and curiosity. The chamber itself seemed alive. The walls pulsed faintly, and soft light shifted in patterns across the floor. Liam knelt and placed his hand on the ground. A small wave of warmth ran through his fingers. It was subtle, but he could sense something beneath the surface of the palace, something connected to him. "You feel it, don't you?" Zyra's voice startled him. She stood behind him, her expression calm but watchful. "Most beings cannot sense the energy of this world. But you can feel it. That is why I brought you here." I don't understand," Liam said, standing. Zyra's eyes softened. "Yes. Everything on this planet is alive in some way. The plants, the rivers, the rocks, even the air carries energy. But humans rarely feel it. You are different. Your presence resonates with the planet. That is why I chose you." Liam's mind raced. He had always felt a connection to nature, even on Earth, but this was something new, something powerful. He wanted to explore, to touch everything, to understand it. Meanwhile, outside the palace, Commander Elara and the rest of the crew were not idle. They observed the city from a distance, careful not to break the alien rules. The humans were wary, unsure of Zyra's intentions, but they noticed something remarkable. The aliens themselves seemed cautious and respectful around Liam. It was as if they, too, could feel his unique connection. Dr. Mara approached Alara quietly. "I've never seen anything like it," she said. "That child, he is sensing something beyond our understanding. I think the Queen is right. He is special." Alara nodded, her concern tempered by curiosity. "We have to protect him," she said firmly. "But we also have to learn from this. If humans have abilities like this, we could be on the edge of something incredible." Back in the palace, Liam explored the chamber under Zyra's careful watch. Strange devices floated in the air, responding to his movements. When he reached out, they shimmered and shifted, as if acknowledging him. He could feel the rhythm of the planet, a steady pulse that connected everything. The Queen watched him silently, impressed by his courage and instinct. "You are not afraid," she observed. "Most would tremble in a new world like this. But you move with it, not against it." Liam smiled faintly, unsure what to say. "It feels natural. Like I'm supposed to be here." Zyra studied him for a long moment, then nodded. "Perhaps you are. There is much you can teach us, young human, and much we can teach you. But first, you must learn to understand the energy fully." Over the next days, Liam was introduced to the ways of the palace and the planet. The Queen's advisors, aliens of various forms and abilities, guided him gently. He learned that the planet's energy was a living network, connecting every living being, every rock, and every drop of water. While the aliens could sense it in part, only Liam could feel the flow in a way that allowed him to influence it. He practiced small things at first, moving a leaf with a thought, feeling the direction of the rivers beneath the surface, sensing where the strongest energy was stored. Each success filled him with confidence, and Zyra watched every moment with interest. However, the more Liam learned, the more he realized the importance of his abilities. The planet was beautiful and full of life, but he sensed something beneath the surface, hidden tensions among the aliens. Not all of them agreed with Zyra's decision to bring him here. Some whispered of using his abilities for power, control, or influence. Liam did not yet fully understand, but he felt their gaze on him, and it made him wary. One evening, Liam stood at the edge of a floating garden, watching glowing flowers sway in the gentle wind. Zyra approached quietly and stood beside him. "Do you feel it?" she asked, gesturing to the energy flowing through the plants. "Yes," Liam replied. "It's alive. It's everywhere, like the planet is breathing." Zyra nodded. "You are learning quickly. That is why you are important not just to me, but to all of us. But you must also be careful. There are those who would take your gift for their own purposes. Trust, but do not be blind." Liam felt the weight of her words. He was young, but he understood the meaning. In this world, as in any other, there were dangers hidden beneath beauty. But he also felt a spark of determination. He would not be used. He would learn, and he would protect this place and himself. Back at the palace's observation deck, the humans watched from afar as Liam continued his lessons. Alara spoke quietly to her crew. "We need to understand the alien society. If they respect him, we may have a chance to learn from them. But we must be ready for anything." Days passed, and Liam's connection grew stronger. He could sense subtle changes in the energy network. When a creature moved, when the wind shifted, when the river beneath the crystal city surged. Zyra was amazed at his abilities, and even some skeptical advisors began to see his potential. Liam was no longer just a child. They realized he was something extraordinary, a bridge between humanity and the alien world. And yet, even as Liam explored and learned, a shadow lingered. He knew the planet was alive. Yes, but not everything that moved in the crystal towers and glowing forests wished him well. There were whispers, eyes watching, waiting for an opportunity. The same energy that made him special could also make him a target. But Liam's spirit was unshakable. He had faced challenges before, and he would face these too. The young human knew one thing with certainty. He belonged here, in some way, connected to this world, in a way no one else could understand. And he would do everything in his power to honor that connection, even if danger lurked in the shadows. The adventure was only beginning. The crystal towers of Zyra's palace glowed softly under the alien sun, as Liam continued his lessons in the strange, living energy of the planet. Every day he grew stronger, more confident, and more attuned to the rhythms of the world around him. Yet, despite the beauty of the palace and the elegance of the aliens, Liam could feel an unease growing beneath the surface. One morning, as he practiced moving a small crystal orb with his thoughts, Zyra entered the training chamber. Her presence filled the room with authority, but also with a calm reassurance that Liam had come to trust. "You are progressing quickly," she said. "Few beings could understand the energy in such a short time. But you must remember, not all who serve this world will act with honor. Some wish to use you for their own power." Liam paused, the orb floating between his hands. "Use me? What do you mean?" Zyra's eyes darkened slightly. "There are factions within my court," she explained. "Some see your abilities as a tool, not a gift. They believe control over you could give them command of this planet's energy." Liam's heart pounded. The palace had seemed so peaceful, yet danger was already near. "What can I do?" he asked. "You will learn," Zyra said, "and we will act together. I trust you, Liam, but I also need your humans to understand our situation. If they can work with us, perhaps we can prevent disaster." Later that day, Commander Alara and her crew were summoned to a council chamber within the palace. The room was vast, filled with floating lights and walls that shimmered like water. Zyra stood at the center, her presence commanding attention. "Your humans have a gift," she said. "They have shown courage and wisdom. But there are those in my court who wish to seize control of the energy network, using your youngest member. You must understand. His safety is my concern, but it is also yours." Alara stepped forward. "We will protect him," she said firmly, "but we also need to understand what is happening. If there are threats, we must face them together." Zyra nodded. "Then we form an alliance. Secret, for now. Together, we will watch, prepare, and act if necessary. You will learn, and your young one will grow in knowledge and strength. Together, we may save this world from those who would harm it." The humans agreed, and from that moment, a quiet partnership began. Liam felt the weight of responsibility settle on his small shoulders. But instead of fear, he felt a spark of determination. He would learn, he would grow, and he would help protect both his people and this alien world. Over the next days, Liam trained with the Queen's advisors, beings of many forms and abilities. They taught him how to channel the energy network more precisely, how to sense disturbances from far away, and how to influence subtle changes without alerting those who might wish him harm. Every lesson challenged him, but he absorbed the knowledge quickly. One evening, as Liam practiced lifting multiple crystal orbs simultaneously, one of the advisors approached him. She was tall and graceful, with skin that shimmered like liquid silver. "You are remarkable," she said. "Few have ever managed this. But you must understand, power attracts attention. Some who envy the Queen's favor will seek to use you." "I understand," Liam replied. "I will be careful." "Good," she said. "And remember, strength is not only in the energy you wield, but in the mind that guides it. Your creativity and courage are your greatest weapons." Meanwhile, the humans outside the palace continued their own investigations. "Doctor, Mara discovered subtle patterns in the alien communications, hints of secret meetings, and whispered plans among the court's dissenters. She reported to Alara. "There is a faction plotting something," she said quietly. "They speak in hidden codes, but it is clear they want Liam for their own gain." Alara's expression hardened. "Then we cannot wait," she said. "We must be ready to act, but carefully. Liam must not be frightened, and the Queen must not see us as a threat. We must protect him and prepare for what is coming." Back in the palace, Liam sensed the tension. The energy network pulsed differently, subtly disturbed. He closed his eyes and reached out with his mind. Somewhere in the palace, hidden from sight, someone was attempting to manipulate the flow. His senses tingled. "Something's wrong," he murmured. Zyra appeared beside him. "I see it," she said. "There are those who plot against us. That is why I have chosen you, Liam. Your abilities are unique, and you will help us maintain balance." Liam swallowed his fear and nodded. "I'll do my best," he said. "I won't let anyone hurt this world, or the people I care about." The Queen placed a hand lightly on his shoulder. "You have courage," she said softly, "and that courage will guide you, as it guides all who fight for what is right." Over the following days, secret meetings took place in hidden corners of the palace. Liam worked alongside Zyra, learning not only to sense energy, but also to anticipate the moves of those who wished to take it. The humans coordinated with the Queen's loyal advisors, blending human strategy with alien insight. One night, Liam was practicing alone in a quiet garden when a faint shadow moved across the glowing flowers. He stopped immediately, sensing an attempt to hide. Reaching out, he felt the faint tug of energy. Someone was trying to tap into the network without permission. Carefully, he traced the source and discovered one of the dissenters observing him from a hidden balcony. He did not panic. Instead, he focused, using the energy network to create a subtle barrier that blocked the intruder's vision. The dissenter paused, confused, then disappeared. Liam realized that his abilities were not just about sensing or moving energy, they were about protection, intelligence, and foresight. When he reported the incident to Zyra, she nodded with approval. "You are learning more quickly than even I expected," she said. "This is not just skill, it is intuition. It is a gift, and it is a reason why others will seek to challenge you." Liam felt a mixture of pride and resolve. He was still young, but he was no longer just a child. He was a bridge between worlds, a protector, and a symbol of what humans could achieve when courage and intelligence were combined. As the days passed, the alliance between humans and loyal aliens grew stronger. They trained together, shared knowledge, and developed strategies to counter the faction plotting against them. Liam's abilities became central to their planning, and even the humans began to see him in a new light, not just as a child, but as someone extraordinary. And yet, as the sun set behind the crystal towers, casting long, glowing shadows across the palace gardens, Liam knew that the true test was still ahead. The faction was patient, cunning, and powerful, but so was he. And with Zyra's guidance, the trust of his human crew, and the strength he had discovered within himself, Liam was ready to face whatever challenges were coming. The adventure was far from over, but the first steps of a secret alliance had been forged, and the young human had already proven that courage, intelligence, and heart could change the fate of a world. The peace of Zyra's crystal city was shattered one morning by a distant hum, growing louder by the second. Liam sensed it immediately, a disturbance in the energy network that ran beneath the city like a living river. The hum was chaotic, sharp, and invasive, as if someone was attempting to manipulate the planet's energy for their own gain. Zyra appeared beside him, her robes flowing like liquid light. "They are here," she said, her voice calm but tense. "The faction plotting against us has begun their attack. We must act quickly." Liam felt a surge of determination. He had trained for this moment, though he had never imagined it would come so soon. He turned to the Queen. "What can I do to help?" he asked. Zyra smiled faintly. "You will guide us. The humans and the loyal aliens will follow your lead. Trust your instincts, Liam. Use the energy. But remember, your mind is your greatest weapon." Outside, the palace grounds were already filled with movement. Alien defenders, tall and elegant, formed protective barriers, while human soldiers coordinated with them to secure strategic points. The rival faction approached in stealthy formations, attempting to enter through hidden routes, but the combined forces of humans and loyal aliens were ready. Liam closed his eyes and reached out with his mind. He could feel the intruders, their energy dark and chaotic. Unlike the peaceful flow of the planet, their presence was sharp and invasive. Carefully, he guided a subtle pulse of the network to alert the defenders without revealing their exact positions. The alien guards adjusted their formations, and the humans moved quickly to block key entrances. Commander Alara watched Liam from a distance, impressed. "He's incredible," she whispered to Dr. Mara. "He's sensing them before they even appear. It's like he can see the battlefield in his mind." Liam focused, concentrating on the energy. He could feel the pulse of the palace walls, the flow beneath the ground, and the currents in the river of light that ran through the city. He lifted his hands, and faint waves of energy radiated outward, creating barriers that slowed the intruders' advance. The rival faction's leader, a tall alien with sharp, angular features, realized something was wrong. "They can sense us," he shouted. "Focus your attacks. Don't let the humans and that child interfere." But it was too late. Liam's abilities were already in motion. With careful guidance, the energy shifted beneath the intruders' feet, tripping them, redirecting their movements, and disrupting their communication devices. The humans took advantage, striking with precision and bravery, while the loyal aliens used their speed and agility to block escape routes. Amid the chaos, Liam noticed a group trying to reach the palace's central energy core, the heart of the city's network. If they reached it, they could take control of the planet itself. He acted immediately, sending a surge of energy through the network to create a barrier around the core. It glowed with a protective light, and the intruders' attempts to manipulate it failed. Zyra observed with admiration. "You are doing more than I imagined," she said. "Your instincts, your courage, they guide all of us." Zyra, 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 Zyra. But the battle was far from over. The rival faction was relentless, and their numbers seemed endless. Liam's concentration was tested, as waves of energy collided in unpredictable patterns. Sweat ran down his face, but he refused to falter. He guided the defenders strategically, using the flow of the planet itself as a weapon. He created barriers, redirected attacks, and even subtly manipulated the terrain to slow the enemy's advance. Meanwhile, the humans fought bravely alongside the loyal aliens. Alara led her team through the chaos, striking with calculated precision and coordinating attacks with the alien defenders. Dr. Mara monitored the energy flows, giving Liam real-time advice on the intruders' movements. It was a battle unlike any other, a combination of human ingenuity, alien skill, and the raw power of a young boy who could feel the heartbeat of the planet. At one point, an intruder managed to breach the outer defenses, moving toward Liam's location. He reached for the energy core, but Liam reacted instantly. With a wave of his hand, a burst of light surged between them, creating a barrier that forced the intruder to stumble. Liam advanced, his mind sharp, using both strategy and energy to block every attempt. The intruder growled and tried again, but Liam anticipated his movements, guiding the flow of energy to redirect him harmlessly away. It was not just strength, it was intelligence, courage, and intuition combined. Even the Queen watched in amazement, recognizing that humans, with their unpredictability and creativity, were truly extraordinary. Hours seemed to pass in moments. The battle raged, with flashes of light, bursts of energy, and the sounds of determination echoing through the city. Yet Liam and the Alliance held firm. Slowly, the rival faction began to falter, unable to overcome the combination of human and alien cooperation guided by Liam's unique gift. Finally, with one final effort, Liam channeled a pulse of energy through the network, dispersing the remaining intruders and sealing all entry points. The city quieted, the glowing towers reflecting the relief of victory. The loyal aliens cheered. Two mentors, their movements graceful and jubilant. The humans embraced, exhausted, but triumphant. Zyra approached Liam, her expression both proud and thoughtful. "You have done what few could have imagined," she said. "Your courage, your creativity, your mind, they are extraordinary. Today, you did not just protect this city, you showed the strength of humanity." Liam smiled, feeling a mix of pride and humility. "I couldn't have done it alone," he said. "The humans, the loyal aliens, you all helped me. We did it together." Zyra nodded. "Indeed. That is the essence of true power, not just strength, but cooperation, trust, and courage. You have proven that even the youngest human can change the fate of an entire world." Commander Ilara stepped forward, placing a hand on Liam's shoulder. "I always knew you were special," she said, softly. "But today, everyone has seen it. Humanity's ingenuity, bravery, and heart are unmatched. You've shown them what we can do." As the sun set over the Crystal City, casting long, glowing shadows across the palace gardens, Liam stood tall, feeling the pulse of the planet beneath his feet. He had faced danger, guided a battle, and protected those he cared about. And in doing so, he had shown that courage and intelligence could overcome even the most powerful threats. Yet Liam knew the story was not over. The rival faction had been defeated. Yes, but other challenges would come. There were still mysteries in the energy network, secrets in the palace, and dangers beyond the city. But for now, victory belonged to the humans and their allies. And Liam had proven that even the smallest, youngest human could rise to greatness when courage and heart guided him. As the stars appeared in the alien sky, shimmering above the crystal towers, Liam felt a sense of purpose stronger than ever. He belonged here. He had a mission, and he knew that together, humans and aliens could face any challenge the universe might bring. The battle was won, but the adventure, the true adventure, was only beginning. The crystal city of Zyra shone brighter than ever as the aftermath of the battle settled into calm. The alien defenders repaired their defenses, while the humans assisted wherever they could. Liam walked through the glowing corridors of the palace, feeling the pulse of the planet beneath his feet. It was steady now, peaceful, as if the world itself was sighing in relief. Zyra appeared beside him, her robes shimmering in the soft light. "You have done well, young human," she said. "You faced danger with courage and intelligence. The city is safe because of you." Liam looked up at her, a small smile on his face. "I didn't do it alone," he said. "The humans, the loyal aliens, you all helped. We worked together." Zyra's expression softened. "And that is the lesson we all must learn. Strength is not in one being alone, but in unity, trust, and cooperation. Today, humanity has shown us something remarkable." In the council chamber, the humans and loyal aliens gathered for a formal recognition ceremony. The dissenters who had attempted the attack were held under watch, their plots foiled. Zyra stood at the center, addressing all present. "Today, we witnessed bravery, intelligence, and heart," she said. "Not just in my loyal advisors, but in beings I did not fully understand until now. Humans possess qualities that even our advanced civilization cannot match: creativity, courage, and adaptability. Among them, one young human stood out, guiding our defense and protecting this world. All eyes turned to Liam. He felt a mixture of pride and humility as the Queen pointed at him and said clearly, "This human belongs not only to me, but to all who seek to protect what is good and just. He is a symbol of what humanity can achieve." The humans around him cheered quietly, their pride evident. Commander Ilara stepped forward and spoke to the assembly. "Liam represents every human here. His courage is not unique because he is young, but because he embodies what humanity has always been capable of: thinking, adapting, and fighting with heart and intelligence." Liam blushed slightly, feeling the weight of their admiration. Yet, he also felt something deeper: a responsibility. This recognition was not just for him, it was for all humans. For the potential of their kind to be respected across the stars. Over the following days, the humans and aliens worked together to restore the city fully. Liam trained further, now under the guidance of both Zyra and his human mentors. He learned to use his connection to the energy network more efficiently, channeling it to support life, heal minor damage, and maintain balance across the planet. The humans, too, learned from the aliens. They studied the advanced technologies, the strategies of defense, and the ways the aliens worked in harmony with their world. It was a partnership of learning, respect, and mutual admiration. One afternoon, while observing the floating gardens, Liam sensed a subtle ripple in the energy network. He followed it and discovered a small group of dissenters attempting to flee the city. Using a combination of skill, strategy, and calm courage, he intercepted them without harm. Zyra appeared beside him. "You act not just with power, but with wisdom," she said. "That is the mark of true leadership. You do not seek to destroy, only to protect." Liam nodded. "I want to help, not hurt," he said. "I've learned that strength means responsibility, not fear." The Queen smiled, her eyes glowing with pride. "And that is why you were chosen, Liam. Not for your age, but for your heart and mind." Later, as the humans prepared to leave the planet, Zyra called them to a grand ceremony. The alien city glimmered under the alien sun, a testament to resilience, bravery, and unity. She addressed the humans directly. "You have shown us that your species is extraordinary," she said, "not through weapons or numbers, but through your spirit. You have earned our respect and friendship. Today, a new alliance is born between humans and our civilization. Together, we will explore, learn, and protect the galaxy." Commander Ilara stepped forward. "On behalf of humanity, I accept your friendship and offer ours in return," she said. "We have much to learn from each other, and together, there is no challenge we cannot face." The ceremony ended with celebrations that blended human and alien traditions. The humans marveled at the glowing gardens, the floating lights, and the harmonious energy of the city. Liam walked beside Zyra one last time before departure, feeling a deep sense of accomplishment. "You have changed the way this world sees humans," Zyra said softly. "And in doing so, you have changed the way humans see themselves. Remember this: courage, intelligence, and heart are universal, and they can bridge any gap between species." Liam smiled. "I will remember," he said, "and I will continue to learn, to protect, and to help wherever I can." As the humans boarded the horizon and prepared to leave, the energy network pulsed gently beneath the city. Liam could feel it, the rhythm of life, the heartbeat of a world that now respected humanity. He looked back at the crystal towers one last time, knowing that he had left a mark not just on the city, but on the galaxy itself. The ship rose into the sky, and Liam watched as the planet below glowed like a jewel. He thought of the lessons he had learned. Courage was not the absence of fear. Strength was not the measure of muscle. And true power came from working together, respecting others, and trusting in oneself. Commander Ilara placed a hand on his shoulder. "You've done well, Liam. You've shown the galaxy what humans are capable of." Liam nodded, feeling proud but humble. "We all did it," he said. "Humans and aliens. Together." The stars stretched out before them as the horizon left the planet's atmosphere, carrying its crew toward new adventures. Liam looked at the vast universe, filled with possibilities, dangers, and mysteries waiting to be explored. He knew that whatever challenges came next, humanity would face them with courage, intelligence, and heart. And so, the humans returned to the stars, leaving behind a world that had learned to respect them and carrying forward a story of bravery, cooperation, and hope. Liam had proven that even the youngest human could change the fate of a world, and the galaxy had taken notice. The adventure was far from over. But one thing was certain. Humanity had shown its strength, and together, with allies, they could achieve greatness beyond imagination. And as the horizon sailed into the cosmos, Liam knew that this was only the beginning of humanity's extraordinary journey among the stars.